In September 2025, the Greater Toronto real estate market showed clear signs of recovery. Transaction volume stopped declining and began to rise again, with prices rebounding at the same time and market confidence gradually returning. After 2 consecutive sluggish months in July and August, the market finally saw a substantial rebound in September, with both year-over-year and month-over-month increases reaching 7%, bringing the number of transactions up to 5,600 units. This is the first month since spring that has seen both transaction volume and prices rise together. Buyers are showing a renewed willingness to make purchases, indicating that the wait-and-see attitude is starting to weaken. It is especially worth noting that the Bank of Canada's interest rate cut on September 17th had a very clear impact on the market. On that day, the Bank of Canada lowered its policy rate by 25 basis points to 2.5%, which was significant for buyers and investors who qualify for loans and are sensitive to interest rates. This is a clear signal that the threshold for entering the market has been lowered. Personally, I could very clearly feel the change at that moment. Listings that had previously received a lukewarm response from the market suddenly started getting more inquiry calls, and a few properties that had been sitting idle for quite some time received offers. Within a week or two after the rate cut, these properties were successfully sold. This immediate reaction really gave a direct sense of the market sentiment, which was indeed reignited after the rate cut. So this rate cut could be seen as the key turning point for the rebound in transaction volume in September. After a rapid correction in July and August, what about the average transaction price in September? It climbed back up to 1.06 million. Month on month, it increased by about 3.6%. Although it's still 4.7% lower than the same period last year, the signs of a bottoming out are clear. Overall, the market has shifted from a rapid decline to a more moderate bottoming process. As for listings and inventory, supply is ample, but buyers are returning. The number of new listings reached 19,000, a sharp increase of 37% compared to last month, bringing the total number of listings back up to nearly 30,000, which is a high level. The inventory cycle is still within the buyer's market range at 5.3 months, and the average number of days on market has once again lengthened to about 51 days. So overall, after 2 consecutive months of decline, the Greater Toronto real estate market saw a rebound in both sales volume and prices in September. The recovery in transaction volume is the most obvious signal. And the interest rate cut on September 17th was more like a match that ignited confidence. This was also the first rate cut by the central bank in half a year, and its actual boost to the real economy is significant. Perhaps its impact on buyers' psychology is faster and more direct than its actual effect on the real economy. What we can see is not just the drop in interest rates itself, but that people are starting to believe again. Maybe now is the time to consider making a purchase. As for the future trend, it still depends on whether this renewed confidence can be sustained. If this positive sentiment continues to build, and if there is another interest rate cut before the end of the year, then this warming momentum is likely to carry on through to the year's end. I'm Chris Chon, your trusted choice for first-time home buying and selling in the Greater Toronto Area. Tap my profile picture for more real estate information about the Greater Toronto Area. See you in the next video.